guys, welcome back to Sacred Forge Healing. Today we're going to be doing the weekly reading for June 23rd through the 30th. So already feeling into this week, there does seem to be kind of like a balancing act that we have going on. Kind of the imagery that comes to me is like a unicyclist going across a tightrope, right? So there is a lot of skill that is required for what's going on this week. There's a lot of juggling and balancing between how you're interacting with others and how you're interacting with yourself, right? When we're going across this metaphorical tightrope, we have to make sure we are continuing to move, right? It's that momentum that's keeping us balanced in some way, just like the way that you would ride a bicycle, or to my knowledge, that is how that works, right? Um, but making sure you're keeping your own balance within yourself. That seems to be the biggest thing that's coming up this week. See, go ahead and get into some cards for this week and see what else we need to know about this week. So keeping that balance is really, really, really important, and it's a thing of skill, truly. Let's see. No. 1, 2, 3. Okay, kind of starting here with our 3-card spread. We have the first card. It says the way forward is open. You're not trapped. Possibilities and opportunities abound. I will guide you to personal and spiritual freedom. Today I'm using the Archangel Michael Oracle by Radley Valentine, and we'll see what else decides to come out. I have a few decks out right now. So I know with a lot of the dailies that have been happening, there is this push toward trying to really find what is bringing you happiness and getting to that centered point. Um, right now, it's like you have been making this roadmap, either spiritual, physical, metaphorical, and all these different ways that it can happen. But you've been figuring out where you want to go. You've been plotting your course. So this might have been showing up as, looking at what you're doing and saying, does this match the life that I really want to lead? Does this match the skill set that I want to bring out into the world? There is a feeling of legacy in a way of like, what am I here to share? Or what am I here to leave behind in a way? But those are the big things that are coming up right now. Sorry, my mind got a little jumbled for just a moment. But it does say the way forward is open. So as you've been plotting this course and really figuring out what you're wanting to give, what you're wanting to leave behind, that legacy feels really, really important for some reason. What are you wanting to leave behind in the world? What are you wanting to, or who are you wanting to help? How can you use your skills for the best of everyone? Right? Can't remember. There is somebody online who does mention this, but thank you, angels, for helping me serve in a way that serves me. That's Kyle Gray. I remember now. Or however your spiritual practice does show up for you. What do you want to leave behind? That's the big question this week. And for different people, right, we're all different ages. That's just how it is. But that might be the question that you're really asking. And this might be a big turning point for you as you take time to actually look at it and say, what am I here to serve? Who am I here to serve? How can I do this? How can I serve in a way that also serves me? How can I live my life and do the things that I want while also being financially stable? Finances are a big thing. We need money to survive. And that's just kind of how it is. And so we have to find that balance between that joy and pleasure and having some kind of physical grounding with that. We can't just be all up and airy and fairy about it. We have to have some kind of plans in some way. But remember, there are times that you've done everything that you can, and that's when you have to leave it up to spirit. I'm going on a tangent, so let's keep going on. So, our second card we have here is it's almost over. Your current challenges will soon be resolved, and you'll be able to look to the future with a smile. Okay, so this is also going into that same theme where you've been plotting this course. And you might have been going through these different roller coasters of ups, downs, and everything in between, trying to figure out who you are. I know in my personal life, I'm doing that more myself at the moment, um, which kind of makes doing this um, has been a little bit more up and down. But I'm working on getting better with that. But this is a time. This a new dawn. A new day is dawning. Goodness. Um, just make sure you're taking care of yourself, which is actually what our last card is. It's prioritize self care. You do so much for others. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. So, for those who are healers or do Reiki or anything like that, remember that we need help too. There are times when we want to, we can help ourselves as much as we can, but there are times when it's best to reach out and get help from others. We can't do it all on our own. We do have support, we have love, we have guides, and all those beautiful things that help us. But it is also really, really important for us to take care of ourselves and to get support from outside of ourselves too. It's not just about pushing ahead and doing all these things just by ourselves. For some people, that's viable, like doing self reiki, or having a really really important like yoga practice or qigong, or writing, or however it is that you can express those things that are within you. The big thing this week is, we have had this time where we've looked at what we're doing, or hopefully we've looked at what we're doing and trying to figure out what we're leaving behind, knowing that things are almost over. A new day is dawning. That is interesting. It's the second time that has happened. But as everyone is going through these transitions, and the energy is very, very tense at the moment with that kind of push, it's really, really important to stay grounded and stay, well, just take care of yourself. That's really what it comes down to. Try to eat a little better, maybe get your body moving. You know, each person is different, but we all have certain things that we need: food, water, clothing, exercise in some fashion, right? We need to connect in with our body. And that's also kind of getting into that airy fairy. I mentioned that briefly, but making sure you're connecting in with the body, making sure you're listening to its messages. Maybe you have been doing a lot of physical work lately and your body is sore. Making sure you're taking time for yourself for that. Allow yourself to rejuvenate. Go out to nature if you need to. Take baths with Epsom salt. There are ways to take care of yourself, and it is now very, very important to do so. Um, let's see, is there anything else that we need to know at this time, guys? Yeah. They're just they keep taking me back to the heart that's here on this card. Just make sure you're taking care of yourself, that you're allowing yourself to breathe in love, and surround yourself with people who actually love you. That can be a whole conversation in and of itself. But making sure you're taking time for yourself, getting away, and trying to focus on the love that you have for yourself. This is also very much a week about accepting more of who we are, right? That plotting the course that we had going on with that first card, and kind of with the dailies that have been happening a lot recently. As we're plotting our course for what's happening, we're getting to know ourselves better. And sometimes that requires us to accept things that we really don't like about ourselves. It could be something that you've had playing in your mind over and over and over again, that has just been coming up. And it could just be self talk in this way. Maybe it's something, an aspect of yourself that you really just don't like. You can accept it and start to move forward with it. Well, depending on what it is, this is spiritual counseling. Um, this is not a substitute for therapy or any medical device, right? If you're having a lot of trouble with that and really working on accepting yourselves, make sure you find a trained therapist, one that you can actually really open up and trust. Be discerning in who you go to, but listen to yourself. But that is kind of what's coming up this week. We are accepting more about ourselves as we learn more about ourselves. Um, I hope this is helpful for you guys. If you have any comments or uh, things that come up through this week, make sure you put them in the comment section below. Um, and yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing week. If you could like and share, subscribe, however you feel. This is a very interesting thing with YouTube, right? Everyone has their own voice, and that's one of the cool things that we have here. But um, thank you guys for all who have listened, and I hope you have a magnificent day and a good week. Or a magnificent week, right? Magnificent for both. Just take care of yourselves. Um, Listen to your body, making sure you keep that balance between yourself. And that balance might also be very taxing. So really make sure you prioritize self care. Yeah, I will see you guys next week. Bye for now.